The frog couldn't be a prince. Once upon a time, where there was not a kingdom, there was not a forest, and where there were not villains nor heroes. At the contrary, there was a city, there was a royalty government, and the nearest thing to villain and heroes were thieves. It was a country like Spain, and to be more specific, it was a fountain in Barcelona. This story is not a love story. This story is more related to the idea of a current love. It means less love and more interest and appearances. Spain is one of the countries who has a royalty government, and behind it there are many rumors, gossips, and even legends. Every 4 years it is an uncertainty for knowing who will be the next king and the next queen. People start to predict. Some of them pray in the church, and others go to a witch, in view of having the names. While this is happening, across the city, there is a princess who has not a king because she likes other things, like go to the park and jump puddles. Also, she likes be outside and speak with the animals. For her, it was not important to marry with someone. She preferred to live the life as she lived. But one day, someone knocked her room's door. Toc toc. Who is here? Your mother. Can I pass? Of course. Sweetie, there is something that I want to tell you. In no time, you have to decide who will be the next king. It means your husband. He will need to have much money. His family has to be recognized. He has to be polite, and the most important thing, he has to be handsome. You know, like your father. Can you imagine? An ugly prince? Okay, I already told you. Goodbye, sweetie. The princess, so sad, just imagining how many things would change, decided to go to the fountain in the center of the principal square in the city, and started to cry. Suddenly, a frog jumps to Princess' legs and said to her, "Why are you crying?" "Ah!" yelled the princess. "Why can't I understand you?" "Because I am so intelligent, and I know all the languages of the world." "Really?" said the princess. "No, actually a witch cast a spell on me, and I can speak with human beings. However, I don't lie because human beings have many problems and things to do. Meanwhile, I enjoy the water the most, and even I love the hopeless of people throwing coins to fulfill the wishes. But I saw you, and I really want to know why you are crying." "Okay, although it is strange saying my problems to a frog, I'm going to do it. In 1 week, I have to marry with a guy who accomplished the specific rules that my mom said. But until now, I don't have any man. I don't like to do that. I prefer to live my life as I have been doing, but my mom forced me." The frog, attentive to what the princess was telling him, had an idea. "Dear princess, I can be your prince." "What? Are you crazy?" "No. If you think beyond, you could be safe of being the queen and do all those things that a queen makes." "Nobody wants a frog as a king." Okay, I'm going to think it. The next morning, the frog was taking a sunbath, and the princess arrived. My dear princess, what did you think? I'm going to do it. You will be my fiancé, and this night I'm going to introduce you with all my family. Okay, I'm going to use my tuxedo. I'm excited. The night arrived and the frog was ready. He walked 30 steps towards the government royalty house and knocked the door. Toc toc. Someone knocks, said the queen. The queen opened the door. She didn't see anything and closed the door. Toc toc. Who is kidding me? The queen asked. In that moment arrived the princess and said, Be careful, Mom! My fiancé arrived! The princess opened and there was the frog. Good night, dear queen, said the frog. The queen fell back and the king frowned. Is it a joke? Said the king. Know that he will be my husband. The king realized that this joke was a trick of his daughter for not governing the country. For that reason, the king accepted. Okay. The wedding will be the next Saturday. The princess and the frog were surprised for the decision. They just could accept the consequences and marry. Obviously, rumors people started to hear. It is disrespectful for us. A frog? Asking? During this time, the frog was not the same. His smile disappeared. He felt tired and he wanted to return to his world, the fountain. On the other hand, the princess, who doesn't have any experience being a queen, she had to take over all the tasks that the government required because the frog was regretted and he complained of his idea. During 6 months, this was the routine for the new king. But suddenly, a witch arrived to help her and told her, You can ask whatever you want, but don't forget the decisions that you take before. They didn't help you too much. The queen didn't ask no longer be a queen. She asked that with a kiss, the frog became in a prince. The witch kept her promise, and with a kiss of the queen, the frog became in a prince. The new king was happy because he could do things like enjoy the palace, drink beer, or share with his new friends. He never thought that he could help the queen with the tasks, but the queen had her own plan. One morning, while the prince was sleeping, the queen took the mattress of his bed, and without he realize, she took out him toward the street. When he woke up, he was near to the fountain with a letter which it said, You return to your home. Be happy. The man, who is not already a prince and neither a frog, lives wandering for the streets of Barcelona. Some people said that he became crazy. Meanwhile, the queen parents realized that besides their daughter, a perfect man is not necessary. It was enough with her, being her in her own way.